Hey, what is going on, guys? We have ourselves some breaking news here. Ron DeSantis will officially launch his presidential bid with Elon Musk. We have several things to talk about. Number one, the fact that he is launching it on a Twitter space with Elon Musk is huge. Let me go ahead and read the tweet right here. So it says here, Ron DeSantis will launch his presidential bid. The Florida governor will announce he is running for president on Twitter Wednesday evening in a conversation with Elon Musk. The conversation will be moderated by David Sachs. For those who don't know who David Sachs is absolutely a friend of Elon Musk. He's on this big podcast called the All In Podcast with Jason Calacanis, Chamath Palihapitiya, and people like that. And the fact that Elon was able to get Ron DeSantis to launch his campaign, or at least agree to launch his campaign on a Twitter space and officially announce it, is so big for Twitter. I need you guys to understand how big this is. This is huge. So shout out to Elon Musk for that. That's really good. That's going to bring a lot of traffic to Twitter. That's going to do nothing but help Twitter. And, a lot of people were very critical of how Elon Musk was running Twitter. And I just think that that's a huge W for the platform. Okay. Now, in terms of politically, this is where it starts to get interesting. So it says Ron DeSantis will launch his presidential bid with Elon Musk. Okay, let's go ahead and read. Florida governor, blah, blah, blah. Musk and DeSantis will host an event on Twitter Spaces, the site's platform for audio chats, on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So it's going to happen tomorrow. The same evening, the campaign will release a launch video, and DeSantis will begin visiting several early states after Memorial Day. This relationship could be a significant boost for DeSantis by giving him credibility with Musk. Yes, exactly. That's true. So one thing that I'm starting to notice is, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I'm starting to see it. A lot of people are kind of migrating away from Trump, and they're putting their support behind DeSantis. I'm starting to notice this. It's not just Elon Musk. There's other big name people who are putting their support behind DeSantis. Now, where it gets interesting is, will it be enough? Because the boost from Elon Musk is going to be big. That's definitely going to put voters on him. That's definitely going to put spotlight on him. And trust me when I say DeSantis is the second favorite behind Trump. But that's where the problem lies, because Trump is the undisputed favorite. I mean, the polling data shows it. Everything you're looking at pretty much shows that Trump is more than likely going to win the Republican nomination. And let me tell you why, even though it's good that DeSantis is running, let me tell you why I'm not so sure that he'll beat Trump. Let me show you. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that think that DeSantis will beat Trump, and I understand where you're coming from. But let me show you guys something very interesting. So if we look right here, this right here is the New York Times article, just got released today, May 23rd, and it says who's running for president in 2024. Well, the Democrats have pretty much got themselves together. Let me tell you guys how the rigging works in politics, and I know most of you guys know this, but I'm just going to go ahead and reiterate it. So the way politics works is it's all about who the party thinks is going to win. Sometimes it could be things like, oh, it's this person's turn. The Democrats tried to do that with Hillary and they failed. But yeah, you're seeing it right now where basically the way that the Democrats are thinking is we got to beat Trump at all costs. As long as Trump remains alive, the Democrats are going to be, the way that they're going to frame their political messaging is we got to stop extremism. We got to stop Trump. We got to bring normalcy back. And I'm here to tell you guys right now, it's been working. Okay. Let's make no mistake about it. Trump lost in 2020. Biden won. Regardless of what political side you take, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, we speak the facts on this channel. The Democrats' messaging worked. Okay. You know what else the Democrats' messaging worked in? 2022 midterms. Okay. When the midterms happened, the Democrats did pretty well. They did a lot better than expected. Why? Because they ran on these people are extreme. These people are crazy. They're denying the vaccines. Trump's insane. Too extreme. Vote for me. I'm normal. And it worked. It freaking worked. And you know what else happened during the midterm election? You know what else happened? When Trump's candidates ran for midterms, most of them lost. You know the Republican candidates that for the most part won? It was the traditional Republican type people. It was those Ron DeSantis type candidates that won. The Trump-backed candidates took a huge L in the 2022 midterm elections. So now, where does this bring us? Well, here's what I got to say here. The Democrats, even though I don't like it, it is a smart strategy. It is very corrupt that they are making it so that Nobody who can win is running. That's literally what you're seeing right here. You can see right here, it's Biden and basically a bunch of whoever. And I'm not saying that Marianne Williamson and Kennedy are a bunch of nobodies. Don't get me wrong. I definitely think that they should be allowed to participate in debates. I do not like the fact that the Democrats are literally rigging the primary election to where Biden won't even debate these people. And last time I checked, RFK was polling in double digits, so he is doing pretty well. But my point is, I don't think either of those two are going to beat Biden. That's my point. You see what I'm saying? Like, Bernie's not running anymore. I don't know if Liz Warren's running, but she doesn't have a chance anyway. Pete Buttigieg is running. Basically, any of the Democrats that would at least have a chance of beating Biden are not running. The Republicans, it's the complete opposite. And the reason why it's the complete opposite is because there is a faction of the Republican Party that does not want Trump. You know, if you watch politics, you know that what I'm saying is true. And also, there's another big thing that's hurting the Republican Party, in my opinion, and it's called ego. A lot of these big names who are running, they're running because of ego. I don't know why. I don't think it's smart, because the way that I think about it is, if you want Ron DeSantis to win, if you truly want this, if the Republican Party says, you know, we're tired of Trump too, we want DeSantis to win, you know what you do? You got to talk to all these people and you got to tell them you need to take your hat out of the ring, and it just needs to be Trump versus DeSantis. And the reason why is because Trump has a cult around him. He's already going to get 50% of the votes already. So now when you have all these other candidates running, what happens? All these random people right here are going to split the vote. Nikki Haley split the vote. Vivek split the vote. Hutchinson split the vote. Elder, Tim Scott just recently announced he's running. They're all going to split the vote. They're going to get a few votes. They're going to get like 2-3% of the vote, whatever it is, 1% of the vote. Those votes are going to be taken away from who? Not Donald Trump. It's going to be taken away from DeSantis. It says right here, other Republicans considering a run, but we just got announced that DeSantis is pretty much running. And then what will make it even worse is if Mike Pence put his hat in the ring, which people are saying could be very possible, and then also Chris Christie right here. You know, that would be bad. It would absolutely be bad. So my overall point in this is, if you're a DeSantis fan, then what you're going to want is you don't want all these people in the race. Because like I said, in my personal opinion, I don't see how DeSantis beats Trump. I really don't. Not with all these people in the race. If it's just Trump versus DeSantis and everybody else just shuts up, sits down, and just let those two go at it, which would be the smart thing to do, that would be a different story. But with all of these people in the race, I'm not so sure. That hurts DeSantis, okay? Now, I say all that to say, you don't know what's going to happen, okay? I think Trump is the, without a doubt, undisputed favorite. Very likely going to win. But the one thing that you got to see is we got to see them campaign. Once we see them campaign and we see how their actual campaign trail goes, that's when we'll have a better idea. But just looking at it at its face right now, just looking at this list, I'm convinced that the Democratic nominee is going to be Joseph R. Biden and the Republican nominee is going to be Donald Trump. That is what I'm convinced of. I do not see DeSantis winning it. And it's unfortunate because I think it will be good. You know what I mean? Because you guys know me. I'm not a fan of Trump anyway. Like, it just is what it is. I mean, I don't hate him, but he's not my preferred candidate. Okay, let's just put it that way. So, yeah, those are really my thoughts on the whole thing. Huge win for Elon. It is good to see DeSantis join the race. I just don't think he's going to win. And I think all these freaking other people who are running is just hurting him, which, by the way, I really don't understand why people do this. I mean, I know why they do it. They do it because, they all have their different reasons of why they run for president. It helps them with publicity. It helps them get certain positions. It keeps them relevant. I get it, but I wish that people would stop doing that, because let's be honest, Nikki Haley doesn't have a chance of winning. Vivek doesn't have a chance of winning. Hutchinson doesn't have a chance of winning. Tim Scott doesn't have a chance of winning. And you know what's crazy, guys? They know that they don't have a chance of winning. So that's what's so crazy about this. That's the sucky part about politics is you got all these people who know that they're not going to win, but they're running for other reasons. Now, in terms of the Democratic side, I actually think that Marianne Williamson and Robert F. Kennedy are actually running for the right reason. I actually truly believe that they really think that they have a shot. I really believe that. I really do. Now, we all know that they don't. But, or let me just say this. I really think that RFK thinks he can win. Let me put it that way. I think he thinks he can win, and he's actually polling very well. So, all right, those are my thoughts. I don't want to talk too long. It's already been 9 minutes. So hopefully you guys got something out of this video. The campaign trail is heating up, and best believe you guys are going to get endless videos of me breaking down everything, all the different dynamics. Because for those who don't know, I used to work in politics, and I ran political campaigns from 2016 to about 2021. So for like 5-6 years, something like that. So yeah, I've been doing this for a while. I don't do it anymore. I retired, but I used to do it. So campaign politics and elections is my specialty, and I'm gonna have a great time breaking this down and just kind of explain the dynamics and why certain people are doing what they're doing. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys in the next one.